I'm going to start with this. So, parting ways with Aylin. Just talked to him a little bit ago, and felt like this is just best for both of us, And look, he came here, took a leap of faith with us, and under the impression that he would be calling the plays, and so it was not going to go that direction again. That's not fair to him either. So, I wish him the best. Man, he's been a true pro. He works his tail off, and he gave us everything he had. So I appreciate him for that. He's a pro. Other than that, man, everything I said last night would pretty much stand as far as it pertains to this team. Certainly that's the way you want to finish. And it was good to see a number of young guys, rookies, rookie free agents, second-year players that have really played a lot of valuable reps for us this season, begin to develop and do things. You do see improvement. And so I thought the back half of the season we started to kind of find a little bit of a rhythm, and that's a good thing. That's something to build off of.
Yeah, Coach, when you were talking to your team after the game there in the locker room, you said something, this is the springboard. Could you explain that? Just, it's pretty obvious, but what you meant, what you said to them and how they took it.
No, I just think there again, the fact that these guys have continued to bang away and never lost hope, and gave their best effort, best foot forward, and they believed in every game that we could win. They really didn't believe that we were going to go in and we didn't have a chance to win a game, and it didn't matter who we were playing. And I think that was important. And so because of that, we were able to finish out on a win yesterday. And I think that belief and the knowing of that, and knowing that everything to this point, we bring in more competition and will only be better because of it, should give us a springboard. And now we'll be a year into it, man. Us as coaches, the players that are here, will be better. We'll be better for it.
Just to follow up on that Anthony Lynn stuff, how much other turnover do you expect on your coaching staff, either from people leaving for other jobs or you making decisions, and specifically when it relates to Ben Johnson, obviously his future?
To be honest, Dave, I'm not there yet. Like, I want to sit down and really think about this over the next week or two, and just digest it and see where we're at. I want to take more of a deep dive into our roster. The staff as a whole, and I'm not ready to quite go there yet with what that answer would be, or answers, if you will.
With Anthony, it seemed on the surface your philosophy is offensively meshed when he came here. Do you have any idea of why maybe it didn't work out?
I just think it didn't. It just wasn't a fit. We just, you want it to be. But I think we never found our groove or our rhythm, if you will. And it's hard to really, truly pinpoint. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want. And that's really the best answer I can give you.
Do you think your decision to take over play calling in midseason will be a detriment as you potentially look for a new offensive coordinator, just in, selling them that it will be their job, similar to, I guess, the way you told Anthony?
Yeah, look, it could be. Certainly that would be out there. But it would there again, I think everything's got to start with, I think, somewhat me deciding what I want to do. And do I want to continue to call it? Want to is not the right word. It's what I think is best for us and as a team. And I need time to think about that. Now, I will say this. I think Ben Johnson did a hell of a job for us. I will say that, all right, and kind of leave it at that, if you will.
What are the pros and cons of you continuing in that role? What are the things that you'll be wrestling with?
I think the pros are that I'll only continue to get better as an offensive play caller, and I'll get better at being both, as far as game management and a play caller. I think those are the pros. I think the cons can be that, man, you're not as invested defensively in special teams or the totality of your players that you would be able to be if you weren't so invested in the offense. So I think that's the pros and cons, and I've got to decide that. I got to weigh it. And look, I got time. I'm not in a hurry. That's for sure. I'm not in some hurry to do something here. I feel pretty good one way or another about what we're going to do, because I do know we're going the right direction offensively. I do believe that.
Sorry. Speaking of which, when you look at the start, the winless start that you had, and how this team closed after the bye, and maybe even give yourself excuses for Denver with the roster and whatnot, like, how do you feel, like, in terms of, you know, what happened this season, particularly late?
Yeah, well, I felt like it's exactly what it was. I felt like once we came out of the bye, we played a lot better football, and I thought we complemented each other much better offensively, defensively, and to me, you could really feel and see progress. And I really felt like, you know, over the last probably 5-6 weeks that I really felt, okay, now we can get a true evaluation of our players, all of them, and where we're at offensively, defensively, special teams. And I didn't always feel that way, particularly offensively, until a certain point. So, and that was big. That's big for us. And there again, I just go back, you see improvement. And, you know, we played some good football down the stretch. Now, some of it wasn't, you know, and I'm not going to get into why it was or why it wasn't, you know. But I know this, we were better. We were certainly better the back half of the season than the beginning.
You'd always said that about Jerry, that you wanted to, you know, have all the parts around him before you made an evaluation. So, to the best you can right now, what is your evaluation of him, and I guess what does that mean for his future? You know, what you envision his future being here with the Lions?
Yeah, well, I think there again, man, he played some of his best football the last 4 or 5 games of the season, and I thought that was important, you know. And I said it last night, but just the fact that he hung in there and he was resilient, he's tough. I mean, hell, he's coming off of this bone bruise, wanted to play, was dying to play. Hell, he wanted to try to play the week before, but he just wasn't quite ready. And, you know, we're not playing for the playoffs or anything. He wanted to compete. He wanted to be in there. He wanted to take ownership of this team one more time. And I think that speaks volumes. And I know this, he can throw the football. And I like where he's going. I really do. I like where he's going. He's certainly trending the right way. And shoot, man, he's one of the biggest reasons why we did get 3 wins.
Like a quarterback to build around, you know, I mean, we always talk about franchise-type quarterbacks. Do you see him having that sort of future for you here?
Yeah, look, I can't get into all that. I really can't. I just know this. I'm excited that we've got him, and I can't wait for this year to come up after this offseason. Give me a minute. But I like where we're going. I like where we're heading next year.
Dan, one guy you didn't get a great evaluation on because of injuries, Jeff Okuda, but you know, he stayed around all year long and was kind of in that room, stayed involved. Just the expectation for his offseason and the fact that, you know, that he did stick around and was a big part of this, even though he wasn't contributing on the field. Just your thoughts on that? Yeah,
he wanted to be around as much as he could be. And I mean, he reached out to me a couple of times just about, you know, wanting to be around the team and still feel like he was a part of it, you know, and he's been up here rehabbing, he's been working. And look, he's hungry, you know, I mean, he's ready to go. He's already, you know, he's ready to take the next step into his rehab and physically get ready to hit the off season running. So, it's good. Look, it's one of those unfortunate things where injury is struck again. But I mean, all you can do is try to come back and better than ever and have yourself 100% ready to go. And so he's of the right mindset. So that's all you can ask for in the player.